Well, hello, Kristen.
Hello, Laura.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
We got some stuff going on.
I know we always say it and there's so much, but before we get into the James Kennedy of it all, and a lot of juicy gossip, can we just talk about how I'm really excited that I have not been kidnapped by the aliens? Because I don't know about the rest of the country, but here in New York,
We're a little scared.
the drones the size of public buses and SUVs have been literally flying over our houses.
Jeez.
Over last night, I live behind a university. I'm like, oh, that's got to be a plane. I'm looking up at the sky and I'm driving, so that's not great. I feel like Kathy Hilton a little bit, little kooky Kathy, driving and looking at the sky. But I'm like, that's got to be a plane. And then there's a huge baseball field, and this thing was flying so low. It was an absolute drone. I could hear it. They're totally loud.
Yeah.
Flying in a circle.
Yeah.
Very low. And I'm like, are the aliens coming? Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep, Kristen.
You think they are aliens?
Where are Fox and Mulder?
Jeez.
Do I think they're aliens?
I don't know.
No. Because
I don't know what to think about these things.
2% of me thinks they're aliens? Yes. One of them could possibly be Bronwyn. And her outfits from Salt Lake City. I was like, looking at one of her outfits. We're going to get into Salt Lake later.
Yeah.
But I was like, one of these could be Brahmin because she's always wearing she looks like she stepped off a drone. She's always wearing these crazy outfits.
Yes.
The big orange with the thing.
With the makeup.
I'm like, oh my God, she is a drone pilot. But I digress.
Oh.
Let's get into the James Kennedy of it all.
What a surprise.
First of all, I have one.
He was the only one I thought was kind of like in good shape, maybe other than Ariana.
I have one overarching question.
Yeah.
Do you think it was about the pasta?
Maybe.
It's all about the pasta. All right. So let's break down the chain of events.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
All right. So they were at Kathy Hilton's holiday party where I guess he was DJing.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, Nick Viall from the Viall Files decided that he saw him and he was like, this is my best mate or whatever. And then he's like 2 seconds later, he's barking at this guy. So I guess he was acting erratic and strange at the party.
Okay.
So somehow or another, I guess they leave the party. And they said he was like going to the bar and like grabbing drinks and then like banging people over on the way back to his DJ stand. So,
oh wow,
James is clearly not sober anymore, and
obviously not.
By the way, he's always been doing weed and all that.
So he's California sober.
He's California sober.
Okay,
so he's never really been like truly sober, what have you.
Okay.
So then apparently something happens. They get back home, and I guess they're going after each other. And the neighbor calls 911.
Right.
So you heard that. So the neighbor calls 911. Then I guess the cops arrive, and the woman who is now been identified as Allie, I guess, or it's a little muddled in there. But he said that he picked her up and threw her to the ground, is what she said.
Oh, the neighbor said this.
No, Allie.
Allie said this.
So what I got from all the stories that I read, now this is all, I mean, I don't know if it's 100%, but this is what I'm reading and all the, stories that have come flying at me. That basically Allie wasn't hurt or anything, but that she was picked up and thrown to the ground.
Okay.
That's what it said. That's what the woman told police.
Okay.
Which the woman being Allie.
Allie.
Right? So then, of course, it comes out, it was all a big misunderstanding.
Now, who said that it was a big misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding that Allie is backing him up.
Okay.
It's all a big misunderstanding. That she wasn't hurt and the neighbor overreacted and called 911.
Okay.
And then last night, there was a lot of little, the lawyers put out a statement like, hopefully after careful review, they'll see that it was just a misunderstanding and that they will not press charges or whatever. But, listen, if you have to post $20,000 bail, you did something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm going to let you talk after this, but I'm just laying it out for the listeners.
No, you know more on this than me.
I'm just laying it out for listeners, but I want to get your opinion on what you think.
Yeah.
And then finally, last night, Allie said, I'm taking the time that I need. I'm going to be quiet now. thanks for all your love and support.
Okay.
Boom.
She put a statement out on Instagram.
Yeah, I think I saw it on her Instagram. Like, thanks for your love, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So what is your take on this? What do you think, Kristen?
Okay, not surprised, although was definitely rooting for him and thinking out of everybody on that cast.
Me too.
He might have been one that might have made some appearances on the reboot. That's how I was thinking. DJ career taking off.
Cool James.
Cool James. Felt bad for him with the whole scandal because he was kind of wrapped in that too. Finds Allie, who to me is perfect for him. Good, stable, grounded girl, right? Good for him. Good relationship.
Agreed.
Sober. So even when I say I'm not surprised, it's just because he fell off the wagon. Clearly, right? He was on the wagon this whole time in a good place.
At least on
fell
TV.
off the wagon. So
at least on TV.
Yeah, because he is. You can see it. He's a little erratic. He's a little bit of a hothead.
Remember when he spit on the door with Kristen Doty?
Yeah.
He was like, you're a pig, you're a slut, you're a whore. And he spit on the door.
That's the other thing I'm seeing now. Kristen and Rachel are putting out statements now about him, aren't they?
Well, the best is Doty.
They're saying like, this is what I had to deal with.
Doty's not helping because they were like, what do you think about James Kennedy's arrest? And it just says, finally. So that's what Doty's answer was. And by the way, there was also some incident. Teddy Mellencamp and I believe it was Tamra were in a car somehow with James and Allie, and they were like, look, we're not going to go into this really, but the behavior that we saw from James was troubling at the very least. Really? So something happened in front of Teddy and in front of Tamra.
The night of?
No. This is now maybe a year ago.
Oh,
I see. They were in a car.
Okay.
And they've both talked about it, but they've both like backed off.
Oh.
I don't know if James like sends out letters. I don't think so, but this is what I think happened. I think all that stuff happened, right? And then James then wakes up. He's completely, sober. He's sitting in jail and he comes home and he cries his eyes out.
Yeah.
Like, Allie, I didn't mean it. Please, Allie. You're going to kill my career, Allie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like, and you know what? James is a very sympathetic character because I know he does have these parts of his personality, but like you said, I'm rooting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was because of the way they portrayed him. But, he's like, I got to buy my father new teeth. Have you seen his father's teeth? At one point on his DJ money, he was supporting his whole family.
Yeah.
His mom was coming to him.
Okay.
The dad, like... his family.
I didn't know that actually.
Yes, because
so financially he was providing support for them.
Yes, he had two brothers, him, all on his like see you next Tuesday money.
Oh my goodness.
The mom was like, James, I'll get it together. But the mom's an alcoholic.
Okay.
I don't know if she's sober, whatever, but
right.
There's issues there.
Right.
The father talks like this, baby. And he was like, Dad, I'll get the, they were at lunch on one episode on Vanderpump. And he's like, don't worry, baby. He's like, thanks, Dad. And, he's paying for lunch for his father because it's that dire.
Right.
It was all because they had I don't know, all the George Michael, George Michael's Godfather.
Godfather, right.
His father was the manager.
Right.
So they were living high on the hog and then they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got two younger brothers. So James on his See You Next Tuesday money is literally supporting that whole family.
Okay. So
I was always like rooting for James.
Yeah. I always was.
Yeah. He's a sympathetic character. He really is because he's got that side of him that's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You're a fucking douche.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He is a hothead.
He's
a good heart. I do think deep down he does have a good heart, but
I forgot about this piece of information. Rachel goes rogue, which shut down the podcast, came back with an emergency podcast talking about her experiences with abuse. And she's like, I was told by my lawyers not to talk and, not to release the whole podcast because it's a very personal story for me. However, insinuating all of this abuse, and she's like, I didn't realize that abuse was financial abuse. Being in the car with someone who's driving erratic and out of control, that's abuse. Like basically just going down the line that like James is the most abusive person. And honestly, I don't know. I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so.
Who really knows? But I guess the saga will continue to unfold.
Yeah, well, I think he's kind of a fan favorite, isn't he? Lisa Vanderpump, I think she loves
Oh,
him.
she loves him. But,
Like almost like a son.
his son was
Right?
Lisa's son, and I'm forgetting his name right now. How can I forget his name?
Max.
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 It's Max's
Max
best
and Andy?
mate. That's his best mate.
There we go. So yeah, he's
And
almost like family to
And
her.
Lisa knew and Ken both knew his parents in London.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's
a lot of history there.
Right. And Lisa
Yeah.
was always kind of sympathetic to James.
She was. You could see it on the show.
Because he's a good kid.
I think he is. And yeah, he's got some troubles, maybe troubles in his past. And some things brew within him. And I think maybe alcohol probably triggers him. So that doesn't make it okay. I do hope everything works out. I do really like him and Allie together. So I think she's such a sweet girl for him. So we'll see. I don't know.
All right, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted.
We're gonna keep our eye on this
all the hot gossip.
Yes.
Now, what's next in the world? The James Kennedy really dominated.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, that
it was everywhere.
I saw it on Instagram. It came out of nowhere. I'm like, what is this?
So
what else do we have? We have Lindsay Hubbard had her baby.
Lindsay had her baby girl.
So I thought it was pronounced Gemma, but it's Gemma Britt.
think it's Gemma. I mean,
Gemma
it could
Britt.
be Gemma, but that sounds like Gamma. What are you doing? Like kids who can't say grandma.
Yeah.
I knew a girl with the spelling of that, and she pronounced it Gemma.
Okay.
But they could pronounce it Gemma. Gemma Britt.
Mm-hmm.
Coof.
That's
Cuff.
a nice name.
Coof. I don't know. It sounds just too suspiciously like queef to me, unfortunately. So that's rough. That's rough. Hi, it's Gemma Queef.
No,
my name is Cuff. Get it straight. Did you make me a sandwich? How many sandwiches have you made me? I wonder if she came out wanting a sandwich, and I wonder if Lindsay was like, screw you. I saw her eating, I think, like a giant Italian, like
she was
wedge,
eating. You
a
can't
sub.
eat cold cuts when you're pregnant. So there's like a whole thing
bullshit.
about that. But she was, chomping into a big cold cut sandwich, and I
Yes,
think she was doing it
like
for her
salami.
implant thing.
Yeah. Can we stop?
What company was that?
Listen, I didn't eat cold cuts either because I heard about it.
Was it
processed
Subway?
meats.
Yeah. No,
And
they do processed meat.
everything went wrong in my pregnancy. I didn't have soda, nothing, and it all still went to hell. So
Same.
in any case,
Yeah.
but we got the greatest little fellas out of it. However,
We did.
congratulations to the cuffs, the queefs, the coofs, whatever.
Good
What
for
else?
her.
What
Very
else
happy
is
for her.
happening? What else?
What else? So Kristen and Luke, we were talking about Kristen just
Oh,
before.
right.
They're having a girl, which is so
Tweet,
nice.
Wonder if she'll be friends with little Gemma.
Maybe.
Gamma.
Do they know each other? Probably not, but you
Well,
never know.
part
They're
of
in the Bravo world.
But you know what? It's nice for Kristen because she'll
Happy
have
for
a
her.
lot of older little friends like Cruz and
Yes.
Summer Moon and Baby O.
Yes. Are they all now? Is Kristen friends with
No.
Lala and Sheena?
No, but
No.
she's friends. I think
She's
I
definitely
think
friends with
she-
Brittany.
She's definitely friends with Brittany, but I think Sheena talks to everybody.
Oh, okay. So
Like
maybe
I
Sheena.
feel like that. And there was something else we were talking about.
How far along is Kristen? Do we know? Because there was a picture of her. It looked like she had like a nice bump going. Like,
Tummy. Yeah,
tummy.
maybe she's 3 months. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't really know. I wanted to listen to their podcast. But I don't know what Luke's nasally speaking. I don't know his young old man appearance and his nasally talking.
Yeah.
And his like, I want to shoot things in the woods.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Creeps me out. Like I don't know why it bothers me so much. And it's not like I'm bothered or like hate him or anything.
Yeah.
He's just like a weird. Like it's just a weird. But yet they oddly fit together.
It seems to work.
Good for her.
For the
good
long
for them.
haul, I hope this all goes well.
And the
now they're having
Valley
their
is
baby
kicking.
together.
They're making dough.
Yes.
So
The Valley's doing
they're always
great.
talking about how expensive it is to buy a house. Kristen, I don't know why Kristen sold that cute little house that she had. That was
Yeah.
the dumbest move.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back into a house, especially in Los Angeles. Everything is so expensive. It's
yeah.
insane.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, and the only other thing I was going to bring up, and I'm only going to bring this up quick because it seems like it's everywhere, is these sprinkle cookies that Melissa Gorga
sprinkle
has put out,
cookies.
which is basically like giving the middle finger to Teresa. But
and she hates sprinkle cookies. That's the whole thing. She hates them.
Teresa hates them, right?
Oh, right. Sorry. Teresa hates the sprinkle
He
cookies.
hates them. I think that's why. And Melissa loves them, and I think that's why Melissa put this
She just
cookie business out. But
well, it's like a legend know.
of
of Jersey. that
yes,
She comes over on Christmas Eve with the sprinkle cookies.
and she's like, I like pignoli nut cookies.
Pignoli's right. And she throws the sprinkle cookies in the garbage, and that just became the bone of contention for years.
Yes.
That's probably at
It
the
is
root,
a middle finger
at
to
the
Teresa.
root of it all.
Yeah.
At the root of it all, she's probably like, those fucking sprinkle cookies. Like, God damn it. I came over with a beautiful tray of sprinkle cookies. And by the way, they're my favorite cookies.
I know.
They're
love
They're
them.
just sprinkles with like, they almost taste like they're boxed, but they're not like,
Yeah.
but they're my favorite. They
Well,
remind
they're
me.
festive, and they're delicious.
And they're nostalgic.
Yes, they are.
They are. I love the
What
sprinkle
kid
cookies.
doesn't want a sprinkle cookie?
I
All
know.
the kids like them.
But they're very Italian. Like so many people.
They're very Italian.
Eat them, and we're both Italian, so we grew up with that stuff. So, but people are like, "What is that cookie?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a sprinkle cookie. That's good." And they were colored,
And they're
sprinkles.
colored sprinkle cookies.
Because there's chocolate ones too.
Yes. And I think on Instagram, Teresa did respond to it, and she wrote,
did?
"You're welcome."
Oh,
Which was kind of funny.
but you know what?
So she has a
Tree
sense
is
of
the
humor about
reason.
it.
But Tree is the reason.
Well, that's why. Yep, that's why she said you're welcome. So she's right. So
Unbelievable.
it's funny. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, I say. And it is Christmas time and holiday time and Hanukkah time.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to buy those cookies. I'm sure it's very expensive to buy a box of them.
Well, it was a massive tray. When she threw them in the garbage, it was just like,
yes.
Damn. I just was pissed because I love them. So I'm like, how could you throw a cookie out and not eat at least a couple of them?
Yes.
I hate things.
But I'm a Teresa fan, so I'm going to say I like the pinoli nut cookies
I
too.
do too. I love
because we're Italian. We know what those are. They're delicious.
Pinoli nuts with the powdered sugar. And
delicious.
And that cookie that's like spongy and jelly.
Yeah, it's like I think it's made with almond paste.
Oh,
that's what makes them so good.
So
I might make them this Christmas.
Ooh, that's
I don't
a good
know.
idea.
Yeah, I love to make cookies, so I'll do that.
Yummy pinoli. Well, bring my address. We're sitting in the living room.
Yep.
I'll take a couple over here.
I'll bring them here.
You can, and I promise I won't throw them in the trash.
Okay, thank you.
I will eat them and love them.
Appreciate it.
And appreciate them. Why don't we just talk again
New York?
about NYC? We'll just mash it in here.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Oh my God. all I gotta say is like the made up fighting. Listen, I love the whole Bravo genre, right? Like I was a huge Roni fan in the original one
from the
I love
beginning.
Beverly Hills, but it's morphed into this strange sort of fake weirdo nothing fights. Like it's just stupid. Like these ladies will not be hanging out with each other ever in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
no, they will not.
So what
I don't think one of them. Like I don't see I know there might seem to be a friendship between Uba and Erin, but I question that too.
All they're doing is fighting.
All they're doing is fighting.
This whole gaslighting bullshit conversation that they were having.
Which to me, I'm like, the gaslighting, now I'm confused on where this gaslighting is coming from. I don't even know what it means.
She is a gaslight. Gaslighting just means like something happened.
Prank.
Yeah, something happened and somebody's telling you that no, it didn't happen. You know what?
Right.
We're being gaslit by the government right now. We're saying, "Oh, those drones
are nothing.
Those are just manned aircrafts. You must be seeing things." No, I saw a giant SUV sized thing flying over my house last night, hovering. It is not. And so hence the gaslighting.
Well, no, you know what I'm going to say for Roni especially, but I think even in general, I think this gaslighting term is way overused.
Way overused. Everybody loves it.
So overused.
It's so stupid.
So if everything is gaslighting, then nothing is gaslighting.
Right.
Shut up and go away.
Agreed.
I'm not even going to talk about that anymore. In my own life, I'm not going to say the word gaslighting.
I know. I agree with you. Every time I heard it. But wait, feel like
it's ridiculous. We heard it maybe 300 times this past episode. All I kept hearing was gaslighting.
And the whole thing about the freaking, so now they're in, where did they go? Puerto Vallarta?
No, I think they're in
that's
San
Salt
Juan.
Lake.
That was Salt Lake, yeah.
Wait, where are they? They're
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Oh, is that where
Because that's where Raquel's mom lives. So Raquel, I think, planned this
Puerto
trip.
Rico?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Raquel did coordinate this trip, she is going to see her mom, but they are in this beautiful villa, right?
But what are they doing? Fighting over the freaking rooms.
Do they do this on every Housewife episode?
What? Salt Lake. We're having the same issues on Salt Lake right now.
Exactly.
Everybody's fighting over these freaking ass room assignments.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I think it's because people don't really like each other on these shows.
Well, we'll talk about the Salt Lake one.
We'll talk about Salt Lake next, which was it was better than New York, that's for sure.
For sure. But they're all fighting over the rooms, and then of course Uba's like, I don't care. I'm just happy to be here with my friends, and then she's eating. But then Tantrum City.
She wants to go to a hotel. Uba's insufferable, isn't she?
I'm not a fan.
I was a fan last season. I'm not liking Uba. Uba's not happy ever, it seems.
Right.
And she's got a flaring temper. Like, it's just.
Right. And I understand that Uba's like 80 feet tall.
Yeah. And there was like that little room.
She probably would have had to sleep in that bed sideways.
Yeah.
But like, I'm going to a hotel. And then I'm like, I agree with Erin.
Erin, to keep the peace, gave her room up.
Yeah. Right. She gave her the room. And then she's like, and then she's still talking shit about me. Like, you'd think she would be like, thanks, Erin.
That's why I'm saying she's insufferable. This season she is.
I am not an Uba fan.
Well, I think that Uba, she's trying to figure out, like, I don't fit in the show. I don't like being in the show. I don't like filming the show.
I think she just
don't think
she's
she
the
belongs.
most superior thing on the planet. Like,
Perhaps.
she just thinks she's hot shit. She's like, I am a hot. What did she say or something? She's like, I just walk in my butt around. Like when she was wearing that bathing suit in the pool.
Yeah, right.
She's got a sick body.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
They're like, that suit is holding nothing up. Like, she's,
she's perfect.
She is perfection.
She's perfect.
However, she knows it.
Yeah,
and she's a little bit like, she just comes off as a little arrogant, like above it all.
Yeah, she does.
But then she threw a big fat fit. So and you know who I think is being the coolest this season is freaking Sai.
Yeah.
Sai was like, look, I'll give it up. I don't care. I don't have to share with Rebecca then. I'll be thrilled. But she was just cool about it.
Yep.
So
was it Sai that winds up taking the little room? She took the room that was given to Uba.
She's like, I'm short.
Right. And she was concerned about it.
But when Uba was like, the feng shui is off in the room. I can't. It's insane. This is the nanny corner.
Like the nanny corner.
I get it.
Okay, here's the only thing. The instigator behind some of this was Brynn. Because Brynn did make sure she got a room that she wanted. Brynn was being
She is just a lady dick.
Yes, she
like
is.
she is.
She really likes to light the fire under these ladies' asses.
You know what? I like the way about her that she does it in a funny, cheeky way. But when you're stealing somebody's luggage like Jessel, that's going to send Jessel over the freaking edge. She's like, I'm hyper focused on finding my luggage,
and I would have been too,
of course. And then
was that funny? Because that wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. That's my point. Not funny. Like,
no.
Brynn is trying to be funny, but it's like these failed attempts, and then she's ha ha ha.
Oh,
it's all like
I put it in the bathroom.
It's all light and airy, all Jessica Rabbity.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just being funny. Yeah. And then she's like, she hides it next to the bidet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she's like, now thanks. Now I have to sanitize my luggage. An extra step. But she's right. Like, now it's been on the freaking bathroom in the Puerto Rican villa. Like, ew. Who knows?
That's kind of gross and weird.
It's she's a pain in the ass, a fly in the ointment.
I think
monkey in the wrench.
She's a fly in the ointment.
A monkey in the wrench. Like
a stick in the mud.
Exactly. Like, just annoying. Like, it's trying to be funny, and thank God they have her, honestly, or else it would be them all.
It'd be a little even more boring than it is.
Birds chirping, like. At least she's like trying to spice it up, but it's,
yeah,
it just comes off as so freaking annoying.
I do think she's the one that activates Uba the most.
Totally.
And Uba seems to be the most comfortable with Erin, probably because, I mean, there's some kind of friendship there. So she takes it out on Erin. That's what I think. I mean, right. I think her and Brynn do wind up going at it. That's coming. Uba and Brynn wind up going at it. But, do we also want to talk about the Rebecca and Brynn situation? Well, Brynn does not like
She hates
Rebecca.
Becky.
And you know what? I don't think Rebecca's bringing anything, but I actually felt sorry for her in this episode.
Excuse me, Becky. Brynn said Becky is a lady boner vibe. Like,
Yeah, that was
kills
funny.
your lady boner. And she's like, I don't know. Brynn to me, takes that nugget of truth and twists it and turns it just to fuck with people. And you can tell she loves it. It's so entertaining for her.
Yeah. I know she kind of just sits back with a little smirk on her face.
And the way she flirts with Jenna, she's got her face in her tits. Like, it's so.
It's
I think
not
it comes
cute.
off. No, it comes off as fake to me. Like, she wants to be like, I
Fake
love
and annoying.
lesbians. And plus, it's disrespectful to. I mean, Jenna is engaged.
Yes.
It
is disrespectful. I think Raquel's kind of onto it. Like, what are you doing?
No, but I'm glad Becky, as she was calling her.
Yeah.
Well, when she threw that comment out, which was a dig, and she was like, when she threw the comment out about the kids, well, once you have kids, you'll understand. She knew that was going to get it. And she's like, listen, I did throw a little shade at her, but I didn't, I threw a little, jab, but I didn't think it was going to be this open wound,
right.
that I opened up,
Yeah.
But, she was pissed. And that was the whole episode. Like, oh, and I have kids. She's like, I know everything there is to know about life, Brynn saying. I don't need you. I don't need to have kids to know. Like, she was pissed.
She was pissed. I think that Rebecca didn't realize she was going to get as pissed as she was. Like you said, it opened.
She knows it's a soft spot.
But yeah.
She knows. And she's like, you can't come in here swinging your fallopian tubes around with your 80,000 kids. I was like, uh-oh.
But Brynn has been kind of going at Rebecca since the beginning.
Absolutely. She's just being a dick.
Yeah, she's being a dick. And why? I mean, I know
because
Rebecca's a little boring. She's
she's
not bringing much. I kind of don't understand why she's on the show. It doesn't make a lot of sense. She doesn't make a lot of sense in the group.
Wait, and I also want to say.
But I don't know what Brynn's doing there.
That Erin was like, listen, at the end of the day, it's like she's being hazed. It's like the first day of high school.
Yeah.
And she was like, and then Erin says, it's like, it's really no other way to say it. She's kind of afraid of Brynn. And I'm like, back up. I wish Rebecca would come out because this woman runs and owns
$100 million company.
Or 100 was it $1 billion or 100?
Oh, it might even be more than it might be 300 million.
Whatever. Like, what are you doing, Brynn? You're in your 1-bedroom apartment,
right?
Like, not that's just saying. But Rebecca, hello, she should just be like, yo, maybe she's just holding back because she doesn't want to give her the satisfaction, which I think is what she's doing. Because she's like, what is she going to get out of me? No reaction when she was talking about the rooms in the beginning.
Right.
But like, yo.
But that's what the problem with Brynn is. She's trying to get these reactions.
Oh, rises.
Oh, yeah.
She's just not, like, she's just, like I said, a fly in the ointment, a monkey in the wrench, all this fake fighting.
Yeah.
And then Uba, again, she a gaslighter. I don't know. Pigeon. I'm just like, what is happening? And then they finally put it behind them. And then the baby comments. It's just all this ridiculous crap.
It is. And it was kind of good where at the end, Rebecca does say, I think you thrive on being a bully and it needs to stop. So I was kind of glad that she kind of shot her down because even Brynn was like, oh. So
no, agreed.
Yeah, it was good that she did that.
And then they start again with when they come back to the table after her and Uba had the talk. And then Erin comes back and she's like, you're talking about me again. We just put it behind us and I go to get changed and you're
Uba cannot let it go.
And even Jenna was like, what is happening? Jenna is sitting right there. She's like, I don't understand what's happening. She's sitting right there. So like for the viewers, it's just so stupid.
It is really stupid. Hard to follow. You know what happened? Whatever this was,
crazy.
It got so lost. By this point,
it's just
like I think
stupid.
People are lost.
But I did think it was interesting that Jenna fessed up. This is just one last thing, that the Bentley was on loan.
Yeah.
And then she was like, the Bentley was on loan, and she talks about how she's paying off her teeth. I mean, teeth can be,
expensive,
50 grand, if you're doing like veneers and more than that.
Yeah.
But when she was like, and then Jess is like, what if her engagement ring's CZ? Cubic zirconia. She's like, maybe she is poor.
Well, she did have that stoop sale. So I don't know. And she was saying that she had to pay for her teeth and she has no insurance so she doesn't have dental insurance.
But she should if she's this ginormous company working for J. Crew. And I would think J. Crew is a massive company would have some sort of dental plan.
I would think.
There's thousands of employees.
She's retired from it, right?
Oh, is she?
So maybe there isn't any more of that. But I don't know. I was surprised about the loan too, but it was kind of funny that they showed a picture of her sleeping and she looked like a vampire. She did.
Oh my God.
Did you see that picture?
Oh yeah, when she was sleeping.
And that's in a coffin with her sunglasses
on. I know. She's an odd duck.
She is definitely different.
Wait, and I just want to backtrack 1 second to when they were talking about Brynn and the Rebecca thing when she, and they were talking again and she was like, look, I know all about what it's like to have kids just because I don't have kids. And she's like, I have puppies and Russian billionaires calling me. And they're
Who
like,
are these Russian billionaires?
And you're like, billionaires plural? Like what?
What are they calling her about?
Just being such a dick. And then when she had the balls to say,
I didn't even understand what that meant.
Just meaning like people are calling her constantly, waking her up. Like, but
then she really understands life.
But wait. But then when she said, look, I'm the teacher, you're the student. And that's what pissed me off because I was like, you're the student. This woman has built an empire.
She has.
Okay?
Yeah.
You are the student, love.
Yeah.
Not the other. Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah. That's why she said you thrive on being a bully.
Right. I'm not a huge Rebecca fan. I'm not a fan. But like, she doesn't belong on the show. However, how dare you? Like,
exactly.
Come on.
Brynn is
smart,
all
I have to say.
But you're also talking to another incredibly smart lady.
Correct. You should be trying to learn from her.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of lashing out and just being.
So she's not Rebecca Minkoff's teacher.
No.
Certainly not.
It's quite the contrary.
Yes.
If you really want to break it down. But that's why she's barking like she's a scrappy do.
Yeah. She's scrappy.
She's a baby dog. She's a chihuahua.
You know what the root of it is probably?
Yapping.
Insecurity.
Of course.
So
it's very clear. Come on, Brynn, pull it together.
Please.
Pull it together.
We don't hate Brynn.
We don't hate Brynn, of course not.
I liked her last season. I just can't understand her this season.
You know what I would have done? Because she's so obsessed with her blow dry and not getting her hair wet. If I was Rebecca, I would have went right over and dunked her ass.
Bucket of water.
And then we would have seen the real hairdo with no glam there to blow dry it. And that's how I would have gotten my revenge. Revenge!
That's perfect.
Fuck up the blow dry. That is sweet revenge.
Let's get rid of that blowout, Brynn. So next episode, Raquel does see her mom. And I think more fighting ensues.
Oh, I can't with the fighting.
Yeah, me neither.
All right.
Okay.
We are out from the living room. All right. We're going to keep you updated on all the news that's fit to print. We'll be back shorter. It's probably shorter. We've got Beverly Hills right around the corner. It's popping up again new. Another New York. So we're good. Say good night, Kristen.
Good night, Kristen.
Good night, Laura. All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.